Hello there, adventurers. Ben,
Danielle,
Astro, Rocky's down there, but you're watching the Melick Adventures. And on today's episode, we're bringing you something different. What are we doing today, Danielle?
we are on another road trip with the dogs.
In fact, we are currently in a different place other than our home, obviously, as you can tell. But first, make sure you like the video.
Subscribe.
And comment down below. Have you ever been in the area that we are going to, that we're about to tell you? But first, welcome back after that intro, guys. Like we said, we are currently not at home. We are actually in
St. Louis.
well, just outside in a small little town called Belleville, and we're staying in a hotel. What are we doing, Danielle?
We are driving to Tennessee, and we're making this a Tennessee road trip. So our first stop after leaving here is actually Nashville.
Yep, and in Nashville, we're going to go see 3 different things. Not a lot to do with COVID still out there and everything. But the first place we're going to go see that you'll see here in a few minutes is the Ole Opry.
Well, the outside of it.
The outside, yeah, we're not going to go on the inside.
And then we're going to go to outside of the Coyote Ugly Bar.
And then in Nashville, there's this Centennial Park that is a large outdoor area.
We figured it would be great for the dogs.
Yeah, it'd be fun to walk around. Then when we're done with Nashville, which is about 5 hours from where we are right now, we're heading down to Manchester, Tennessee, and that's where we'll stay for the night before going off to see things tomorrow. So, hope you guys liked the video and enjoy our comments as we go through. But make sure you guys stay safe,
Stay magical,
and keep adventuring. Enjoy the video.
Before we left Bellevue, we just saw all these wonderful little Christmas lights that they had set up already down their main street. So we decided just to do a little drive before we left town, just to get the dogs acclimated. Oh, there goes the camera. Job. Get the dogs acclimated to driving again, as it was going to be about a 4-hour drive all the way back to Nashville. And we had a couple stops along the way, but for the most part, it was all in the car. Enjoy the wonderful little Christmas lights here with some nice little music. One of our little traditions that we do when we go on road trips is we always stop by a ChickfilA. Now, we don't have a ChickfilA near our house very much, so when we're on a road trip, we gotta have a little ChickfilA. Love everything there, and here's us, so excited, yeah. Then, along the way, we saw these fun cloud formations. It was like, whoa, this is really cool. We got like a light side and a dark side going on, a little Star Warsy going. We thought these were really cool. Wanted to share them with you guys as well. Then along the way, we actually come across this town called Metropolis, which they were calling themselves home of Superman. And this was in southern Illinois. So we saw this Superman museum, and like everything on their downtown was just Superman related. And they even had this awesome large statue of Superman that you'll see here in just a second. We'll be driving down their main street, coming back, and right there in front of the courthouse, it's like a 12-foot tall Superman. But the fun thing is, he's wearing a Santa hat. He's all festive. This awesome little bridge. We were leaving Illinois, finally getting into Kentucky. And so we'll see that sign here in just a second. Almost there. Almost there. And welcome to Kentucky. This was our first time being here, so we had to get a picture of the sign. And then we just kept driving, and finally we made it to Tennessee. Here we are driving into the front area of the Grand Ole Opry. This area was like a little maze. There were so many different buildings. Just to find the Grand Ole Opry was a little bit difficult, but thankfully we had signs. Coming into the Grand Ole Opry, only I was able to get in. We couldn't leave the dogs alone in the car, so Danielle had to stay back. So I went through and I recorded the entire front area for her and for you guys to see. Now, this building is not what I expected. It is a lot bigger and a lot more geometric. Has some really cool pictures out on the front with different artists. We have these gigantic guitars that say the Grand Ole Opry on the necks of the guitars. The old country style and then a rock and roll style. I know they have specific names, but you know what? I don't care. And then I came back up and we saw these awesome front of the building again, up close with the Tennessee flag flying in the front. This was just a really cool picture. Now we're in downtown Nashville. We just passed the Hard Rock Cafe, and we're seeing different parts of this main street here. There we go, Hard Rock Cafe again. This was a very busy area. Our original plan was to get out of the vehicle and go in front of Coyote Ugly and take some pictures, but with COVID and the amount of people that were here, we just didn't really want to get out of the vehicle. Interesting fact, this area where we are is 1 month later from this time would actually be the site of that Christmas Day Nashville bombing. So we were kind of, concerned that, we were there a month before that actually happened. So here is everything all decorated for Christmas. In Nashville, there's this Centennial Park, which is a pathway of history, as you just saw there, of Nashville and Tennessee's history. So this whole granite wall, it stretches for about, I would say 3/4 of a mile, or at least it felt that much. And it talks about Tennessee's history all the way from when it was before a state all the way up to recent years. So there were things in there that talked about the Civil War. It talked about even the Jack Daniels brewery coming into play. And so just all the fun history of Tennessee. So I'll go ahead and stop talking for a little bit. Let you guys listen to some fun music as you watch us walk through this park and see if you can find any interesting facts of Tennessee's history along these granite walls. in Centennial Park in Nashville, we're walking into the World War II memorial for all of those Tennesseans who served in World War II. Right here, you're seeing a gigantic globe of different battles that affected the world in World War II. In a second, you're going to see these gigantic pillars that talk about certain battles in World War II and how individuals from Tennessee were a part of that. Each one had some type of phrase on top, such as courage or honor, and just talked about how Tennesseans helped the global effort in war during World War II. Our last stop of the day is Doggos restaurant in Nashville. It was a long day. We needed somewhere to eat. This place was great food, allowed the pets, and just made it an awesome experience. If you're ever there in Nashville, eat there. This is where we're ending part 1. Thanks for watching, and come back for part 2 soon.